Welcome back to Kearsarge Valley Magazine. I am Adam Brisbine, standing here with Lori Lauritsen in Clarke's Hardware in the New London Shopping Center. And we're going to talk about birds today. And one of the things I was mentioning to you earlier is that since I've moved kind of to the New England area, people are pretty much obsessed with birds up here. And I didn't realize how much people love birds. It's the bird watching. They like feeding them the different things, different blends. And obviously you guys have everything here. So let's try to help the people at home figure out a little bit about what blends to feed them, what feeders to use, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's incredible how well fed the birds in the New London area are.
They're eating well.
They are eating very well. I call it a gourmet buffet for the birds here.
Yes.
There are all sorts of blends that are designed to attract different types of birds. There's some cardinal blends, finch blends, songbird blends. And then there's the good old black oil sunflower seed, which probably attracts the widest range of birds.
Okay.
If you just have one feeder and you want to do one feed, the black oil's probably your basic, but then you can really get into it and attract other types of birds with the different types. And the bags will tell you what birds that blend is likely to attract if they're in your area.
Okay. So if I'm sitting at home and I'm looking out my window and I see a cardinal or a blue jay and I enjoy seeing them out there and maybe want them to come back, I can come in here and look on the back of the bags and get some advice from you guys in terms of what feeds I should be using, what kind of feeder I should be using.
Right, absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
And there are a lot of different feeders. Your standard feeder for black oil in most of the mixes has larger holes for the birds to pull the seed out of.
The bigger stuff.
Yeah, the Niger seed is very small, and they require a special feeder.
So you don't want to put the Niger stuff though in one of these because it'll probably just come flowing out.
Come flowing out. The
Then you'll have no
Niger
birds.
seed takes a net stocking like this that's very simple, or the standard tube feeder that has just little tiny slots in it. Filling your bird feeder can sometimes be a challenge, but of course something was
cool
developed.
device.
You scoop it from one end and pour it into your feeder from the other. So,
and it's plastic so you can wash it out and if you use different feeds and stuff like that.
Right,
Cool.
right.
Now, one thing I know is that squirrels tend to love to dine on bird seed and maybe know that it's not for them.
Yeah.
What could I do if I'm at home and I just see a squirrel out there just killing my bird seed? What do you guys have here for me to take care of that?
Well, there are feeders designed just to get rid of the squirrels. They aren't supposed to, you know, some of them are weight reacted. If a squirrel gets on them, the thing will drop down and close up the holes so that they can't get at it. Some twirl them around and wing them off into the pucker brush, which is really hysterical. Or you can do something as simple as just mixing some squirrel away in the bird seed. It's powdered hot pepper.
Wow.
You mix it with your bird seed, put it in your feeder.
Okay.
The birds have different taste buds than the rodents do, and they can't perceive the hotness, but yet the rodents will, and once they get a taste, they'll stay away. And I used mine 2 weeks ago, and I haven't had a squirrel at my feeder since. So, very easy solution.
Now, what if you're of nature and you would like everything to come to you and feed? Not just the birds, but the squirrels. And I would assume that that's
well, these little
food.
faux corn cobs are specially designed to feed the squirrels and other things like chipmunks. There are bags of seed that are similar to bird seed that are designed just to attract wildlife to your backyard. They have all sorts of dried berries and nuts and things to attract different types of wildlife that you can put out, not in a feeder like a bird feeder, but on the ground or in something on the ground. Yeah.
Well, just from standing here, you know, before we were talking, some of this bird feed looks delicious to me. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm part bird, but it looks good to me, so it's got to look good to the birds. Come down, get your feed for your special kind of birds, get your feeders. and everything like that. The hours here at Clarke's are 8 a.m. to 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 on Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 1 on Sunday. Lori, thank you so much for expanding my horizons in terms of bird stuff and letting the people at home know some tips.
Well, thanks for coming down, and if you get hungry, you know where the munchies are.
Perfect. All right, I got to go. We'll be right back.